Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Territory, the place where we sift through all the corporate jargon so you don't have to. Today we're cracking open BlackRock's annual shareholder report. This one's a real grab bag. Emerging markets, global equities, even a tactical opportunities fund. Sounds like a financial fiesta gone awry. You'll know more in the next minutes. But before we dive in, do make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing Discord community where we discuss everything corporate. Links in the description. Alright, let's get straight to it. Starting with the BlackRock Emerging Markets ex-China Fund. Okay, performance time. The fund's institutional shares actually lost almost 3.3% for the reporting year, while the benchmark, the MSCI Emerging Markets ex-China Index, gained 3.31%. So they didn't keep up. It makes you wonder if their strategy got lost along the way. It always happens. Let's dig through geographic allocation to see why that might be. India and Taiwan were supposedly the big winners, but South Korea and Brazil dragged things down. It's like they picked the good and bad eggs in emerging markets. Now, about the money going out. The institutional shares cost about $82 per $10,000 invested. So even with the performance dip, the management still got their cut. Next up, we have the BlackRock Sustainable Advantage Emerging Markets Equity Fund. The report claims that it's been a pretty bad year for the fund. Expenses will be on the rise. And their return? 8.7% for this fund's institutional shares, while the relevant index, the MSCI Emerging Markets Index, did better at 9.02%. Check out their top holdings. While China holds almost 30% of net assets in this fund, Taiwan follows with 7.1%, and India comes in at third highest allocation at 17%. I wonder, how does this compare with other funds? It seems whatever magic formula BlackRock tried didn't quite hit the mark in this particular period. That makes sense that they are renaming the fund. Next up are the BlackRock Sustainable Advantage Global Equity Funds with a bunch of swaps. They are planning to do a liquidation, as is probably the best thing to do. Now, let's talk performance with the fund costs. Institutional shares comes up to $75 per $1,000 investment. Let's see where the big wins and oopsies are. Sentiment did well thanks to AI and some weight loss drugs hype, but valuation metrics and macro themes stumbled badly. Geographic allocation shows US at almost 65%, which is pretty high. For the rest, countries like Japan, China, and Great Britain are each between 3-6x. Next, we have the BlackRock Sustainable Advantage International Equity Fund. Institutional shares jumped 14.65% versus the MSCI F index at 12.57%, looking like the tide turned in their favor. Their top countries included Japan, Great Britain, etc., with small allocation in Spain. So again, same thing as before. Geographic concentration risk. I wonder if it's the way they are set up. Last one, BlackRock Tactical Opportunities Fund. It seems one is doing a bit better than others. A $10,000 investment cost about $78 for institutional shares. Digging in equity positions helped, especially in Europe and the US, plus shorting the dollar. The bond positions were the biggest challenge, and it sounds like they had some market timing issues. Their key regions were here and there, which seems about right considering the name. Japan and the United States were their greatest exposures. But what about those performance numbers? Unfortunately, the fund struggled to get returns greater than both indices listed on the report at only around 4.6%. But let's take a look. Okay, that's pretty much the end of this section. If you want to know the specifics, and they are very, very boring, you can read the rest of the report with the convenient scroll bar on the side. What this report seems to indicate is that being actively managed versus an index is a coin toss, and that BlackRock is still making money no matter how good or bad their results are to their customers. The reports also seem very formulaized and same. Now, taking a step back and thinking high level, BlackRock seems to be in a very strong position despite the results being very mixed. The funds are, and should be, concerned primarily with the impact market conditions investment impacts had on investor outcomes. However, what this and other statements seem to indicate is that it only trickles a small amount into the thought process behind managing these large funds, if at all. In almost all cases, retail investors would be better served by investing in either passively managed or fully diversified instruments. It is the individual manager's job to balance risk with achieving results that justify the high cost they charge. This balance of benefits doesn't quite seem to manifest itself and raises doubt as to whether retail shareholders actually benefit in any way that justifies the fee. So in conclusion from this somewhat uninspired shareholder report, you are probably better buying a fund from Vanguard. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting